Hi everyone, this is Morgan. I'm your teacher for Studio Concepts this semester, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up your own personal course site for this class using Google Sites. And if you need a refresher, it would be good here to stop and watch the previous video on navigating our course website, which I've got pulled up right here. So once you've got this pulled up, a few things to notice. If you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you'll see that there's a button called Create a Site. So click on that now. So that should take you to something that looks relatively like this. I've got sites in here and you probably don't. But before you go any further, a really important thing to check. I'm going to go over here and check which Google account Sites is thinking I'm logged into. So for me, I have several Google accounts. It thinks I'm on my personal one. I'm going to switch over quickly to my Emish one. So another thing to note at this kind of earlier stage, we're using something called the new Google Sites, which I think is easier for you all to use and looks better. You're going to repeatedly see they distinguish between classic sites and new Google Sites. We are using new Google Sites. To give you an example of what classic sites look like, this is what Google Sites up until about a year ago looked like. I think the new Google Sites gives us more options, and again, I think it's prettier. So I'm going to close out of this. So whenever you're back here, you're probably again looking at nothing. You're going to navigate toward this plus sign and say create a new site. So once you get here, you're going to be looking at the back end of Google Sites. So this back end of the website is what you're going to use to add your own content, to pick a theme, to just customize the website to be your own. So in this video we're keeping it very simple, and you're just setting up the website, you're naming it, and then you're going to publish it so that you have a URL that you can enter when you fill out that first syllabus and site quiz. So one of the first things you can customize is your page title. So what I'm going to ask everybody to do is type in your name, so I'm going to say Morgan Berry, and then press the return key and just write Studio Concepts Fall 2017. So now you've got this as the title for your home page. Under site name, this is at this top banner, you can click Enter Site Name. I'd ask that you all just write your last name, so Barry for me, Studio Concepts. And this is going to be, this is going to appear at this top bar. So there's so much more you can customize. We haven't even really scratched the surface, but at this point, just to, again, make it so you can turn in that form as quickly and painlessly as possible, I'm going to ask that you go over to the Publish button, this purple button at the top of your screen. And then you tell Google Sites where you want this page to be located. So a lot of the URL is predetermined, but what I want you to do is just keep this format that we have already established. So put your last name and then -studio -concepts. And then if you want to make it really easy on yourself, you could put F17 to say fall of 2017. Another thing you want to establish here is who can visit your site. So you can make it so only people at EMU can see your site. For this class, that's totally fine. If you don't want this to be out there for everyone to see, that's great. If you think your friends or your parents might enjoy keeping up on your projects, you could check anyone on the web off instead. If you do that, you're given the option to request that public search engines don't display your site, which that's totally up to you, personal preference. So at this point, hit publish. So once your site has been published successfully, you can always click the drop down that's now visible on Publish and click on Publish Settings, and then this long URL is the one that you will copy and then include in that Google form quiz that's been sent out. So in this video we've talked about just the bare bones of setting up Google Sites. In the next video we're going to go through more customization options and just in general talk more about how to use the back end of this new Google Sites tool.